Yo, what is up guys, thanks for jumping here back again my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about Egld, Elrond, and the private risk metric that many of you love, as well as another indicator. So if you guys like these types of videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel, destroy that like button as you always do, and leave a comment down below if you got any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. I also just want to say briefly that I have private courses, so if you're interested, make sure to check my email. You can email me, and you will also find the details in the description down below as well as pinned in the comment section. But now let's jump into this one. So if you have been here for a long time, you already know what the risk metric is. It usually calculates and combines all the data and compiles it to give you one metric, one indicator that helps you know exactly when to buy and when to sell. For me, whenever the risk starts getting above 7 on the weekly, I'm not talking about the daily, I'm talking about the weekly. When the risk starts to go above 7, then it's starting to get a bit shaky, it's a bit risky. This is the daily chart, but I'm talking about the weekly, of course. In the daily, whenever the risk, historically speaking, gets above 8, then it's a good time to start scaling the sales. I don't sell everything at once, but I scale the sales. And what that means is, for example, when the risk is above 8, I just sell a bit. When the risk gets above 8.5, I just sell more. When the risk gets above 9, I just sell more, and so on and so forth. I just sell more and more at each level, and I sell the biggest chunk when the risk is above 9.5 with Elrond on the daily. Here, as you can see, historically speaking, whenever the risk, it happened 3 times in the past, whenever the risk metric reaches 8, it reaches here 8, here it went to 8.5, and here 8. So whenever the risk metric reaches 8, it does the 35 to 40% correction. Here it did the 40%, no, 38% correction. Here it did the, how much? 33% correction, and here we have a massive correction that nobody expected, but it was a correction of 80%. So as you can see here, historically speaking, whenever the risk metric reaches 8, then it's a good time to sell. So lately, what I've been talking about, I did a video about this, is that the risk metric is getting super high with Elrond, and it's getting super fast, which is not a good indicator usually. It reached almost 9.5. For me, as I said, when the risk reaches, on the daily, when the risk reaches 9.5, I just sell the rest. I don't care. It can go up. The risk metric can reach 9.9, 9.95. It can go up. The price can go up, but I don't care. For me, taking profits is never a bad idea, and I would rather take profits at those levels just so I can buy when it goes 50% to the downside, 40% to the downside, to accumulate more. Here lately, the risk metric reached 9, and what people don't recognize is that we had a 40% correction. People didn't seem to realize this. We had a 40% correction with Elrond. Just look at it. We went from this level to this level, 42% correction. If you sold here, but the risk metric was 9, theoretically speaking, that you sold everything at this level and you just bought here, even though the risk metric is still high, you would have increased your holdings of Elrond by more than almost 30%. For me, increasing, let's say you had like 100 Elronds, you would have ended up with 130 Elronds in a few days. So that's what I like to do. For me, I like to scale my buys and sells. I would have sold a bit when the risk was here, more when it's here, and the rest when it's here. Now, if you look now closely, the risk is still high. The risk is still at 7. It can go up. It can definitely go up, but for me, the risk is too high to just throw my money, all my money, into Elrond. If that's what you want to do, then it's fine. You're free to do whatever you want. But for me, the risk is super high to do it. Another thing, as you can see here on the daily, we have a downward pressure. Whenever you have this cross, whenever you have this bearish cross, and the orange line gets above the blue line, with you need a confirmation with this black line going below both of them, and you need another confirmation of it going below 65. Okay, for me, going below 65 is a confirmation. So if it went below 65, we still have downward pressure here. So on the weekly, we still have a bit of upward pressure, but on the daily, as you can see, we have downward pressure. we can bounce back, we can definitely bounce back, but the probability of it going down and having another pullback of 10-20% with Elrond is higher than it bouncing back. So that was about it, guys. I just like to do the videos briefly to just briefly cover everything. As I said, the risk is still super high for me. For you, it depends on your risk tolerance. For me, the risk is too high. And even if Elrond goes up, even if it does, there are other altcoins. There are over 7,000 altcoins, and there are other altcoins that have super low risk. So for me, it's better to invest in them, even though let's say, theoretically speaking, they wouldn't give me a better return. It's still safer. What I like to do is to be safe and be 99% certain that I'm gonna have my return rather than speculating. It's better for me to be almost certain rather than speculating and just throwing some words. That was about it, guys. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button,